Happy spring, everybody, and welcome back to another shopping and thrifting and decorating video. Today I'm going to take y'all to Goodwill. We're going to go in there and see what kind of treasures we can find. Hopefully a lot of people are donating things this time of the year since they're spring cleaning and maybe cleaning out some stuff. So we're going to go in, do some shopping, see what kind of spring and summer decor we can find. Then I'll bring y'all back home, show you some things that I purchased and how I decorate them and style them in my home. The first section that you see when you walk in our Goodwill is the glass section. This is a great section to peruse through and see if you can find some pretty pieces to make a really pretty spring and summer tablescape. Little inexpensive pieces like this would make a great base for a really pretty bird's nest. They had a few baskets on this day, and I thought this one in the white was really pretty. Add some Easter grass to it, and you could make a really pretty Easter basket. This little rustic wood bucket was really cute. On the back side, you could always turn it around if you didn't like the grapes because it was plain. That would make a really pretty little planter box. Again, put some really pretty spring and summer florals in it, and I think it would be beautiful, styled that way. This gold Kleenex holder, this right here was very shiny, but you could always bring it home, paint it or put some rub and buff on it and make it the gold tone and accent it any way you want to. They had a really pretty wreath this day. Our Goodwill is just hit or miss on the greenery section, but I thought this one was really pretty and it would be gorgeous styled with a bow for spring and summer. What a creative idea for a baby shower wreath. I thought this one was so cute, but not only for a baby shower, but if you know someone that just had a baby, this would be great to decorate their door with when they bring their newborn home. This day, back in the lamp section, I found these two rechargeable lamps. These are so popular right now. One had a shade, and the shade is plastic. It looks glass, but it's not. But you could always replace those shades and have two beautiful, really matching lamps. Now that we're finished shopping, let's run back home and I'll show you all the pieces that I picked up and I'll give you some styling ideas of how you can style some of these items for spring and summer. The first piece I picked up was this beautiful planter bowl. This was less than $3. I thought about painting it, but I absolutely love the distressing on it. And in the bottom of it, I saw there was a stamp. It looks like it was made in 1993 in the USA. The brand looks like it's called Pompadour Products. If you know anything about, this brand or this bowl, please comment down below because I'd love to have some more information and detail about it. I just Google searched and did a Google lens on it, and it didn't come up with anything that was the exact design of the bowl that I got. I did see some similar products, some that were made in the early 1900s, but are very similar in the design, in the look of the bowl that I got. Mine looks like it's more of a hard resin type material, and this one right here is actually made by that same brand. So just to give you an idea, for less than $3, I feel like I picked up a beautiful bowl. Love the design, not going to paint it, but I'm going to show you how beautiful it styles with some really pretty spring and summer florals. The next item is something that I actually was looking for and needed. I'm always on the hunt for a really pretty egg holder plate to display and put deviled eggs in for Easter. So I found this one. This one was $4.99. It retails on eBay for around $19.99. So I feel like I got a good deal on it. The brand for this is the Rust brand, and I remember that brand back in the 70s or maybe the 80s. But this is just a very pretty ceramic. It's got a basket detail around the edges, and then it's got the really pretty handles. And I can just really picture this now with some deviled eggs in it, serving it for spring and Easter time. I was so excited to find this item, and it was only 99 cents. I love vases, and I especially love sculptural type vases. It just adds a lot of interest, to your decor. Now, you can order a lot of these online in different designs and shapes and sizes, but they can run up in the money. So I feel like I got a really good deal on mine for 99 cents. You can pair this with other sizes and colors of your vases, and it just draws and adds such a great detail and interest to your space. Another styling idea for a sculptural vase like this is make it into a bookend. Just add some vintage books, set it out on your foyer table, and it just adds such a pretty detail as a bookend. Another item that I was excited to find was this wooden bowl. Now, if y'all know anything about these, let me know. I did another Google lens on this, and similar items come up. It said it was a wood turned vessel. I got it for $5, as you can see on the bottom. This is a substantial piece. Now, you can see it's got irregularities throughout it, but that's what adds the character to it. When I did the Google search, it said, it could be made out of different types of natural hardwood like cherry, sycamore, maybe teak wood root. And it says it just adds a, organic charm to your space, and it really does. I priced out some of these that were a little bit similar to mine, and you can see all the irregularities to all of these bowls, but they can run up in the money too. So I love mine, and so for $5, I feel like I got a great deal on it, and it's going to make a beautiful vessel for some spring florals. Here's another beautiful piece I picked up at Goodwill. Now, handmade pottery pieces are really on trend right now. You can buy these at the retail stores, or you can find genuine handmade pieces. Check your thrift store, because a lot of times you can find these for just a few dollars. This one right here was so pretty. I love the colors of it. I looked it up online just to see if I could get some more information from it. This one is very similar. It just says this one is River Junction Pottery Pot. Of course, it says it's handmade. But as you can see, these can run up in the money too, and I only paid a few dollars for mine. I love the colors of this, so I'm not going to do anything to it, but I'm going to show you how beautiful a piece like this will style just by adding some of your favorite florals. Set this out throughout the year, but I think it pairs really well with our Easter eggs and our spring florals. And I'll also pair it with the wooden bowl that I'd previously showed you, and just let you see how pretty they pair well together. And coming up in the video, I'm going to show y'all how to make your own vintage-inspired gold eggs. So stay tuned for that, because it's going to be a fun and easy DIY. Another beautiful decor piece that I have picked up at Goodwill is this threshold wreath. This was brand new with tags on it. I actually got this a couple of years ago. It stayed in the box for over a year until I found the perfect place for it. I replaced my winter wreath that I had up around winter and Christmas, and I'm just going to replace it with this one. This is such a simple but modern touch. So if you want something that just adds a little bit of detail, I think this wreath by Threshold is just a beautiful addition. Now, while we're spring decorating, setting out frames and changing out graphics and adding some really pretty artwork that we can make is one of my favorite things to do. Pick up some frames at the thrift store, or maybe find some at Hobby Lobby at a really good deal. This one I paid $2 for, and the first one only paid $1 for the oval one. I love, the style of each one of these. They're very different in looks, but I think they're going to pair really well with a really pretty spring piece of artwork. I went out to Etsy. I purchased these birds. These were less than $2. They send them to you in your email, and you can print them out as many times as you want to. If you wanted a free one, the last little bird was free. If you just go out and Google search, vintage birds, free printables, you'll get a big selection that will come up. So I just want to show you that option. If you don't want to purchase one, they have a lot of pretty free ones to choose from too. The one that I picked out on Etsy fits both my frames the best. So I'm going to show you how pretty these birds style in each one of these frames. Just changing out your graphic, putting in a free one or an inexpensive one, just really adds such a beautiful difference. And look how beautiful these birds will be for spring and summer. I get asked a lot of times what kind of printer that I use to print out my Etsy downloads. I just get an inexpensive printer from Walmart. It's an inkjet printer, and I think it's a Hewlett-Packard. Nothing expensive at all. And a lot of times they say inkjet printers work the best on these graphics. So if you purchase one of these on Etsy, and they send it to your email, a lot of times too, they come in different sizes. So if you want 5x7 or 4x6 or an 8x10, you can print them out in whatever size you want. Now I'm going to take a frame. This is a Walmart frame. So just want to give you another option. If you don't find good deals on frames at your thrift store, Walmart has a good selection and they're very budget friendly. I already had this graphic of this little bunny that I purchased on Etsy a couple of years ago. No need to go out and rebuy your graphics every spring. If you've purchased them on Etsy, save them in a folder somewhere on your computer and then go back and you can go through those and print the ones that you've already purchased and just reprint, some new graphics for your frames. And that's what I did with my bunny. I just went around, traced around the frame, got him to fit, cut off all the excess paper, and look how pretty he looks in this gold frame. Another affordable option to get some pretty artwork for your frames is Amazon. I featured these in a video maybe last year, but you get several different pieces of artwork in a package. So make sure to go out and check out Amazon. And I always link my Amazon store down below, and I have a lot of things linked in it. So just check out Amazon if you're looking for a budget-friendly way to get some pretty artwork to put in your frames for spring and summer. All right, I promised y'all we would make some really pretty, easy DIY gold eggs. I picked this box of eggs up at Goodwill for $2.99. I got more in that box, but I've used some throughout my home. So there was a lot of eggs in this box. You want to paint all of your eggs black. I went over all of mine with some black chalk paint, and I just did one layer, let them dry really well. Take a plastic bag. Down in the plastic bag, I'm going to put some antique gold rubbing buff. I cut the hangers off the eggs, place them in the bag, and then just start rubbing that rubbing buff that's in that bag all over your eggs. Just keep doing this until you get the desired consistency of gold rubbing buff on your eggs. Once you do, they are ready. Now I'm going to show you another way of how you can change the gold tone of your eggs from the antique gold. I'm going to do 3 in the antique gold, and then I'm going to take a couple more, and I'm going to show you if you put some gold antique wax over them, you can add another layer of gold tone to your eggs. The first ones are with just the antique gold rubbing buff, and these right here are the ones that I added the wax to. So you can, use whatever supplies that you may have on hand. That's what I did. And you can distress them and leave as much of that black on your eggs as you want to. But I think just taking some really simple, eggs that you may find at Dollar Tree or at the thrift store, bring them home, turn them into some really beautiful vintage gold eggs, and they really add such a beautiful detail to your Easter vignettes. I love shopping at Target, and I love finding Target items in the thrift store. I found this nest with these eggs. These are Threshold brand. This retailed for $10, and I got it for $3.99. I love the eggs, I love the color, and I love all the different sizes. You can just set this out in your vignettes, on a beautiful tray. Add some of your bunny artwork that we made, and I think this is just such a beautiful, simple spring vignette. Y'all, it is time to end the video. This time with y'all goes really fast, but I hope y'all enjoyed coming shopping with me, seeing all the things that I found and how you can style them. I hope I always give you good styling ideas and inspiration, and I hope you'll use some of these ideas and implement them in your home for spring. As always, I appreciate y'all, I love y'all, and I'll plan to see all of y'all back here next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, I hope all of y'all have a blessed week. Love y'all, and I'll see you soon.